So you think maybe with time they'll let him, Greg Anthony back on TV?
Yeah,
no?
I think so. I mean, he's very, very good at what he does. But I mean, I know the laws suck, but what is CBS supposed to do? You know, like I guess it's like an indefinite suspension is the best thing they can do. You know?
You know what it is? I think that as a network, they have this belief where, like, you have to buy into the standards and the morals of society and what would mainstream America think of this situation and blah, 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 blah. But I think that they think the country is much more puritanical than it is. Like, I think that the morality that they think people have is not what they actually have and not what they actually believe. You know what this reminds me of? It's a lot like the Michael Phelps situation. Remember Michael Phelps, after he won roughly 19.3 billion gold medals, he was caught smoking weed.
Yeah.
And then what happened? He had to come out and give a groveling apology. And, I'm so sorry, my sponsors, please don't leave me. I understand. It won't happen again. Weed is so evil. I'm the worst person ever. I'm basically like Adolf Hitler, blah, 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 blah. And, like, I was sitting there watching the whole thing. I'm like, no, none of you guys get it. None of you guys get it. You know what the American people would respect? If you just say, look, it's not really none of your business, and it's really not that big a deal.
Yeah.
If anybody deserves to smoke a joint, it's the guy who won all these goddamn gold medals.
Seriously.
Please. And would anybody say anything if I was drinking a Corona at a bar? No. So why are you flipping out over weed? So all it's going to take is one person to be the person that stands up, or the network that stands up, and they say, you know what? Enough with your horse shit. The people, okay? It's whatever. This guy, he went to a prostitute. It's something that really shouldn't be illegal anyway. I don't expect them to say that, but I do expect somebody to stand up and finally say, fuck off. Another example of this is like Bill Maher. Bill Maher in 2001 with his show Politically Incorrect, like 2 or 3 weeks after 9/11, he made a comment that, everybody goes flipped out about, and they're like, how dare you say that? And then all the advertisers pulled from his show and they ran away. He said, the terrorists on 9/11, they're evil, they're barbaric, they're terrible human beings, they're immoral, all these negative things you can associate with them. But they're not cowards. Because you need to have fucking balls to fly a plane into a building to carry out your mission.
True story.
Right?
Yeah.
But everybody misconstrued that as if he's, like, supporting the terrorists. So everybody's like, we must fire him, fire him, fire him, fire him. So what happened? The ratings for his show went up. Well, but the advertisers pulled out, so they ended up having to cancel his show.
Well, he doubled down and defended what he said, right?
Yes and no. Like, he didn't really back away from it, but he didn't. But he, tried to clarify. So it wasn't really a double down. But either way, they kind of canceled him because of it. So my point is, if you do something that's really not bad, or if you say something that's really not wrong, but everybody thinks it's wrong or bad, stand up and make your point.
Yeah.
And then you have a much better chance at people going, you know what, let's rethink this. I'm not sure this is, okay, so he smoked a joint. Is that really that much worse than drinking a beer? Are the laws hypocritical in America? I think so. Oh, it's a guy who wanted to pay to get a blowjob. Is that really all that terrible? All guys like blowjobs, right?
And who's gonna punish CBS? You know, like, regardless of if you don't like them or not, like, they're so powerful.
Like, what's going to happen? People are going to stop watching? I cannot believe Greg Anthony's commentating on the game right now.
I can't watch Mike and Molly now.
Yes.
You know, like, so
never going to happen.
The guy gets out of bail. I agree too, I guess. Is like CBS just say, all right, you paid your bail. You're still going to call today's game. You're on the game.
Right.
You're going to call it.